We're at Raley Field in West Sacramento, where the city of West Sacramento is testing these autonomous transports, vehicles that can run fully automated and make their way around the city's riverfront. Currently it has a conductor, not an operator per se, but once it's up and going and all the rules are in place with the State Department of Motor Vehicles, these things will be able to run on their own and ferry people around West Sacramento's riverfront district. Once everybody's loaded on board, the doors close and off it goes. And this little transport vehicle works along a pre-programmed route that can even include one or more stops. In this particular case, in the Raley Field parking lot, it's a limited demonstration, but the plan is on the riverfront to have it make several stops. You can get on and off, and once it's fully autonomous, it can even be programmed for how long it stops to give people enough time. Being small, it won't take long to get people on and off the thing. And then once it goes and people are ready, it'll take off again. Now the thing has a battery life of about 12 to 13 hours. If it's running with air conditioning continuously, it cuts that in half. But the folks from Easy Mile tell me that the next generation of this vehicle, which they are working on now, will actually have enhanced battery packs that will double that, so they can get a full 12 hours on a charge and still run the air conditioning. And you see there, it's the one pre-programmed stop. People can get on and off. Doors close and it's on its way again. And it will continue to repeat that route and its commands until it's ready to stop. Big test. Will it stop with me in front of it? And like clockwork, it sure does. We're about to take a ride in this autonomous vehicle around the parking lot at Raley Field, and we'll be joined by West Sacramento City Councilman Chris Ledesma, who's going to come on to the autonomous vehicle here. And this is Christian, who's the conductor. Doesn't really need an operator, does it?
It does right now for safety reasons, but pretty soon we will operate those vehicles without any operator.
Okay, well, since you're the expert and you work for the company Easy Mile that is the creator of this, tell me, if you would, Christian, how it works autonomously.
Well, when we set up a site like this, the vehicle, we will drive it in manual mode. We have a joystick we can drive around. We will create a map, and then based on this map we define a route where the vehicle will drive on later on.
All right, and then once the route is determined, then the vehicle can do it on its own.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so essentially what you're going to do for our ride is, I would assume, push a button and let it start and do its own thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, what do you say, Councilman?
This is a terrific. This is the innovation in this, and what it actually does when you step on it. It's amazing that we've come this far in technology to basically program a vehicle to make a route, and then it has all the senses and all the sensibility to sort of pick up on obstacles and whatever else, which makes it, an enticing piece of technology to look at as the future of transit. So that's why we're having it here, and to kind of further our minds and look at it as a possible mode for our Riverfront Shuttle and other uses. So.
Now, Christian, the councilman just brought up a good point, so I'll ask, how does it sense obstacles, and I'm assuming when it senses them, it stops?
Exactly, yeah. We have a laser radar system. It's on each corner of the vehicle. There's a sensor and looks around the vehicle, like all around the vehicle. If somebody or an obstacle gets too close to the vehicle will just stop. And also, like, if the vehicle sees an obstacle far away, it will stop gently, and it will stop maybe 6-7 feet in front of a vehicle and just waits until the vehicle gets away. If some obstacle gets really close, then we get an emergency stop and we'll stop pretty quick.
And then once the obstacle is cleared, then it will automatically restart?
Exactly, yeah.
Perfect. What do you say we take that ride?
Let's go. Yeah, let's
All
go.
right,
Been on this one a couple times.
Let's take our seats. This is my first one. Here it goes. It's funny, now that I've seen it, I'm a lot less nervous about it.
Yeah, and it has the old-time bell, so it feels very much like a traditional mode of operation. They've predefined this course, but as Christian pointed out, when it gets road ready and we're allowed to have, there's the...
And we have an intentional obstacle there.
Yes.
Well done. Thank you for that.
But again, that's the technology that's built into this, that we're learning. This is a totally new, innovative technology that we have to get accustomed to, right? And having a conductor on gives us a certain sense of safety, but this was built to not have one, right? Mm-hmm. So as a city official and getting the city and our traditional way of doing things, having this demonstration, having this here really kind of changes our mindset a little bit about what we could do, and I think that's the point of today's event.
Well, and I love that it has a map, even though in this case it's a limited map, but it will tell you where you are on the route and the next stop, and
right.
Gives you an indication of how far in between you are.
Exactly.
Yes, that's correct. And today, like I said, we're on the Rayleigh Fields parking lot. They were generous enough to let us use this today, but we simulated a stop. So upcoming here, that's going to simulate a what would be a program stop. So, for instance, we might be coming up to the Tower Bridge Gateway stop, and this is what would happen if you're on the roadway and it said stop here.
And like clockwork,
There we go.
makes it stop, and I'm assuming can take on more passengers. Doors open automatically.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to happen.
And I was learning earlier that this could be programmed to wait a minute. So, like, you're waiting for people to come catch the shuttle. You can program. You got to consider this as a computer smart technology. He signaled, or you saw he pressed the green button. No one's here. But even the enticing thing about this technology is it's totally programmable, and it interacts in other ways. You can have on-demand features through phone, right? You can activate it so that if you need to stop somewhere or you want to catch it somewhere, you can program it like you might in an Uber, like, hey, I need to be picked up here, and it'll pick you up along the way.
And you can set that time for how long it stops, and people have a minute or two to get on and off, and it's small, so it shouldn't take long, and then it just picks up again, right?
So right now it's programmed that whenever we close the door, we are running, and if nobody closes the door, we just wait. But we can program it for any time.
One of the really startling things, I guess, that I learned yesterday in this one, and can verify this, is that when they program it, it comes to within about, I think, the route. It will come to within about eighth of an inch. I think of where it's supposed to start, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty accurate in terms of its GPS and its kind of environmental water program. So that's the good thing to know. It's not going to veer off a quarter mile and be lost. It's there. So it's pretty cool.
Now, Councilman, tell me if you would about the uses you have planned for this technology.
Well, that's what we're developing. We know the uses. That's why we're here. We've been talking about this riverfront shuttle and having a shuttle going back and forth on 3rd Street and the riverfront. Our riverfront is burgeoning. We have the barn, we have the Washington District up north, and Rayleigh Field, where we're sitting today. So these are quickly becoming a burgeoning area. And we have residents that are moving in because housing's coming in. So we need a shuttle service to get to. It's the first mile, last mile concept where these kind of services come in. And we've already streamlined some bus services to have express services going into downtown Sacramento and other places, as well as the streetcars coming. So we have been thinking about those use cases and where can we have them. It happened that our partners at YCTD and Transdev are showcasing this technology. They know we're working on this riverfront shuttle. They say, well, why don't we come bring this over and show you exactly this new technology? Maybe there's a use case for there. This could certainly apply to a use case like this riverfront shuttle, which is why we're looking at it.
And it sounds to me like it's a matter of getting people from where they're parking to where they need to go.
Well, yeah, that's the whole Bridge District and the riverfront master plan depends on people parking, but not having to get back in their car and move. That's where traffic really gets expanded, right? So the whole process of transit is to move people from places so they don't have to get back in their car. The issue is we've only looked at transit in one way, one mode, which is large buses. And they're expensive to operate and whatever else. So having these types of transit, and when we're also looking at other transit modes, be it shared ride services or bike shares. The other one is that's a mode of transportation we brought in, and streetcar. Those are other ways you can move people around. Our goal is to have lots of options. So again, the shuttle would be one way to do it, and it could be a way we could accommodate an AV type unit to do the job for us.
All right, Councilman, thank you, and Christian, thank you as well. Really appreciate it.